One, you're welcome to another episode of 30 Minutes with Tosin. Sola is here too. I apologize for
Hi,
starting late. Welcome.
can you see me?
Not really reminding to. Okay, I think it's better. Right.
Right.
I think it's better. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry I started later than usual. Just some things I couldn't take control of. You're welcome. How was
Right.
your day? Happy Sunday to you.
Same to you. How are you?
I'm fine. It's nice to see you again.
Yes, nice to see you too.
Yeah. The first thing I said I was going to say to you when I see you here, right, is to remind you that the acronym for your name is actually ABC. That it's as simple as ABC. Your name is as simple as ABC. Akinshola Busola Claudia. So I said I was going to tell you that.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, wow, that's true. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, I can imagine. Wow. Okay. Thank you for choosing to tell us your story today. Thank
Oh.
Okay. All right. So I mean, like you already know, we're going to be talking about cerebral palsy, your trials and triumph. Would you like to just begin by introducing yourself and telling us a few things about yourself?
Okay. Akishola Busola. I am a lady living with cerebral palsy. I am I'm a banker, so I always tell people every cerebral palsy person can triumph in life. So that's the logo. I keep telling people that I'm uniquely beautiful, and I believe that. So life has never been fair, but we go to it the way we want to, and we triumph. So, and God has been faithful.
Wow, thank you so much. Right. What can you really tell us about growing up? What was it like growing up?
Okay,
When
growing up was uh, okay. My first experience as a child with disability. I never knew I had a disability until I went to school.
Okay.
Because when I was growing up at home, nobody, I felt that I was the same with everybody else. Because nobody mentioned it, nobody said anything about it. But they knew that I was different, but they made me do the same thing that every other person does. So if my brother is lifting up water, I'm lifting up water too.
Okay.
If he's taking bucket to go and fetch water outside, I'm doing it too.
Wow.
So I never felt that difference. They always treat me the same way. So growing up was fun, fantastic with the family, And my mom used to tell me that whatever situation I find myself in life, that God is the only one that can help me.
Right.
And I've always held on to that, and it has really helped me. So cerebral palsy has never been a problem for me
Okay.
until I got to the university.
Really? So
Yeah.
primary and secondary school, you didn't face any
I
problem.
didn't really feel that. Nobody really made me feel that different. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't really feel that that segregation because they will give people with disability in schools then.
That
I
is
felt it in my secondary school.
wow. That is awesomeness, and I can understand your primary school and secondary school were in Nigeria, and you didn't face any
Yes,
of.
yes,
So
yes.
you didn't face any form of what's it called being stigmatized, maybe.
No, I didn't. I didn't. The only place that they do that stigmatized me was when somebody came from Warwick and was asking me questions. And the person was trying to make me feel inferior. And
Wow.
the next thing, I was in secondary school then, and my friend said, "Please don't make her feel inferior. She can answer the question just like every other person can answer the question." So they were answering for me. They were they were like asking for me. So I didn't need to say anything. You get?
That is that is beautiful. In fact, totally beautiful. Totally beautiful. And this was so many years ago. So many
Yeah.
years ago. That really is awesome. Wow. Okay. But in terms of, I mean, so you didn't face any form of difficulty in terms of the way people related with you and all of that. What were the things that you found
Okay,
challenging to
maybe
do
the
as a person
university.
growing up?
The first time in the university, yeah, yeah, yeah. In terms of going up here, I never felt any difficulty because my parents were always there for me. My brothers were always taking me out. When they are going out, I'm going out too.
Okay.
I think that accounts for why I like football. If you know me well, I'm an Arsenal fan. And I'm a die-hard Arsenal fan.
I
So,
know, right?
so, yeah. So, I we go to the stadium to watch football. We do a lot of things together. Because I have three brothers and one sister. I was closer to
Right.
my brother than my sister because my sister was always away in the university, away from home. At secondary school was in Akure, university was in Ekiti. So she was never home.
Okay.
So I grew close to my brothers and we used to watch football together. If you ask me then, I used to know all the Nigerian players. I love football. So,
I know.
so
Right.
basically, I my family
Yes.
basically my family didn't allow me feel that that stigma right from this childhood.
Mm,
And I always tell people, when you don't feel that stigma from home, you can conquer anything in the world.
absolutely. Absolutely.
You
Thank
see,
you.
when you're home and you begin to feel the stigma at home, then
Mm,
when you go out there, you lose your self-confidence,
right.
you lose your self-esteem,
Mm,
and you'll be able to mingle well with other people out there.
wow.
So
Wow.
your acceptance starts from the home.
Mm,
From the home. So if you're not accepted in your home, then there's
then,
still nothing you can do.
wow. Thank you. Some people are actually trying to confirm whether or not you schooled in Nigeria. Can you tell us where your primary school and your secondary school education were?
Okay, I schooled in Oxford Primary School, which is no longer in existence. I also went to Oxford Secondary School for my GSSC. They closed down a few years ago.
Where was
And I
this
went
place?
to Oxford Secondary School, Okoba. Then
Okwaba.
I went to the Lagos Private Academy, which is is still in existence
Yeah, I
for
know.
my SSC.
Right. Okay. Thank you. So just for clarity, for people asking, she actually schooled in Nigeria. So yes, some people in Nigeria have been accepting of people with cerebral palsy for quite a long time. Like you said,
Yeah.
if you come from a family where you've been accepting, then it's much more where you've been
Yeah.
accepted, it's much more likely that you'll be accepted in, I mean, of course, in the
The
society.
society.
Right. So let's fast forward to your life at the university. How was that?
Okay, my life at the university was it started on I wouldn't say on a disappointing note
Okay.
because I went to Bangkok University in Nigeria before going for my master's abroad. So, get to the university, I was like, okay, since I was close to secondary school, this should be like a piece of cake too, because
Right.
all the people accepted me too. When I got to the university,
Mm.
most people did not trust me. That's number one. Number two, my roommate was a girl who she just didn't want to sleep. My bunkmate she's supposed to be my bunkmate, but she didn't want to share a bunk with me because I had a disability. You know,
Wow.
and I had to call my mom that okay, I want to live in West. My mom was like, Busola, what are you saying? Because it was like magic for her because she was like, you that came to secondary school, now went
Right.
to the university, that's why you want to live in school. Why? She has to come to school that day, talk to me, you know, give me that self-confidence again. Because, you know, in life when you're down, there's not how you won't be down. So when you're down, you need to talk to the right people who can bring you up again. And she
Hmm.
go and she spoke to the just some people there. Luckily for us, we knew somebody in the who was the registrar then.
Hmm.
He was the president BC for a while now. So you know, he talked to a lot of people, and you know, we found out that that girl was actually my cousin. Can you imagine? A
Your
distant
cousin.
cousin.
Are you kidding me?
Yes. So you
Wow.
know, that is a typical case of when you first turn into the market, you eat your people.
Right. It's a small
You get.
world.
I want to talk with Georgia, and I read number.
Hmm.
That's what it means. You get. So I was like, so she was actually related to me. No,
Hmm.
but right from there, we became best friends, and that was it. And my university became, a lot of people were still a bit skeptical about it. You know, they were like, should I come here? Should I come there? But when they saw that I was, I was also good in, I was also good in what I do
Right.
because I studied economics. And they're like, she's good in math, she's good in this. So started coming closer. And before I left, I made a lot of friends.
Wow. What do you think was the reason for the stigmatization? Do you think it's because of the way you look, because of the way you walk, or just because they feel that certain people are supposed to be in certain spaces and they didn't think you'd be?
I think it
Just
was because
ignorant.
of the way, I think for some people, it was because of the way I look. Because they were like, they've never seen something like this before. Or maybe they're like, you know. So I don't blame them anyways for, you know. But you know, I thought adults were supposed to understand if no, when I was a child, I remember everybody accepted me. So I was like, why are these adults not understanding the fact that people
Right.
can look different?
Hmm.
So you know, we were just pointing the fact that sometimes we adults complicate matters for ourselves.
Hmm.
Adults we sometimes can be complicating. So you know, I thought they were supposed to understand me better because they were adults. They could go to the internet. They could ask people and say, okay, what is this and something like that. They could even come to me and ask
Right.
and not move away from me. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, that was the pain. That was the pain. That was the painful thing about it.
I agree. I agree. And I think that's why it's important that if we're going to change the world, if we're going to change the world in terms of how people are going to be accepting of people with disability, we have to start from children. We have to educate them while they are children and not just wait until when they're adults. And it's much more difficult to change their opinions about how they think. But
Yeah.
you even went ahead to do a master's degree abroad. How was that? Do you think it was different in terms of acceptance when you were abroad and when you were in Nigeria? That's at the university level now.
Okay. Probably because when I went to the UK, I went to the UK alone. I
Okay.
didn't go with anybody. No, but I had somebody to go and meet there, so it wasn't like they took me there.
Mm.
My mom took me to the airport and said, Busola, I know you can do this. So go
Mm.
alone. They'll pick you up at the airport. And they did. And I
Mm.
went alone, got to the airport, called my uncle to come and pick me, and he did. So you know, getting to the UK, I realized that a lot of things that we do in Nigeria are so backward. You get
Mm.
because over there, they are fully integrated. You get they fully integrate people with disability into their system.
Mm.
Because when I was in school, they say, so so they said that when I give them a letter that okay, I have cerebral palsy, I have this, I have that. So they said, okay, I didn't even give them a letter that I had cerebral palsy, but I gave them a letter that I had a disability. And they said, okay, no problem. We'll give you more time for your exams and everything. Even though my lecturers are doing it in Nigeria, they were not they did I think it was just out of their own how do I put it down? Out of their own making. But over there it's a process.
Yeah,
I went to register. I told them I had a disability. I said, okay, we'll put you on a disability study. And that was it. It was easier. When I go out alone, when I'm going out, I don't need to fear anybody that okay, this person can harm me or something. So I was not alone. I stayed alone for like 2 years before I moved to my auntie's place, and I stayed alone again before I came back to Nigeria. I stayed alone in the UK, and it was fantastic because I had friends who come to see me. They came to see me most weekends. I'm always out. There's this Angolan friend of mine who was able to say, let's go see a movie, let's go do this, let's go do that. So, it was fun in the UK. It was fun.
So just before we talk about the things that we could do differently as a society, all right? And then before we talk about your experience being a banker, can you take us back memory lane in terms of your milestones? Can you tell at all whether at all there was any form of delay? If you could recall when you sat, when you walk, and things like that.
The only thing I could remember, because I tell people I never felt this. I could remember that my mom told me it took me a long time to walk. That I walked at 1 month and 1 month. I mean 1 year, 3 months or something like that. I think I'm not too sure, but it took me longer time to walk. It took me longer time to speak. I wasn't speaking well. They had to. My mom has to start teaching me how to speak. So, sometimes when people hear me speak, they'll say, they like the way you speak. So, basically, I wouldn't say I really experienced any form of how do I put it now?
Major delay.
Form of delay, you get
Right.
because it was right from day one. My mom knew what to do, so she gave me the best from the very start. And I said I didn't really feel any form of delay or any form of delay. So I would say I know I started speaking at this age. I don't know because I never remembered. So I could speak. Well, people couldn't hear me for a very long time. So I had to develop. My mom had to start developing my speech for it. But she did. I no what? I didn't have to go to the speech therapy or anything. I didn't go for occupational therapy, but my mom was doing everything for me. Okay. For the walking, I think it was not that I walk a lot. I walk a lot, so my mom used to say, just go on a walk. Just to make me add that posture of walking, they say walk is the best exercise for anybody. So I used to walk a lot then. I will go for a walk, maybe like 10 minutes walk or 15 minutes walk before I come back, So it has helped me. So I wouldn't say I knew where my mind so well.
Right. Let me understand this. So your mom didn't take you for in terms of take you to a center or maybe to a private therapist for physiotherapy, occupational therapy, speech and language therapy, nothing like that. This was your mom.
As far as I can remember, I didn't see anybody take me for anything.
Wow.
I can't remember my mom because she made sure my brothers were always there to help me.
Wow.
When I started walking, she told my brothers to be watching me, to be doing everything for me. So my brother used to make sure that I was comfortable. Anytime I'm falling down, there's no stand up and start walking again. So it wasn't that I can't remember going to the hospital for any. I go to the hospital a lot, maybe for malaria or something, but not for therapies or something like that. I don't think so.
Therapy.
My
Wow.
mom and my brothers, my mom and my brother did, and my sisters, they did a fantastic job.
Wow. This is a classic example of the role of family in a child's progress, and of course, a child's intervention. I can't say that I've met your mom. I can't remember. I mean, I can't be sure if I met your mom at all. But I mean,
I don't think so.
yeah, I don't
I
think
don't think
so.
so.
Yeah. But I think that everyone who is listening right now, everyone who is watching, anyone that will watch this, would wherever they are, just try to give a round of applause for your mom. She's been awesome. She really, really has been
Yes,
awesome.
yes,
She has been awesome. Thank God for her. Thank God that we have the right family members, right? Being there to support.
yes, yes,
That's true.
yes. Yeah.
Right, so let's talk about your work life. How really has that been? I understand, of course. I mean, in case people don't know, both of us used to work together at the center for children with disabilities. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, of course, I left, and then you also moved on. But now you're
Yes.
doing something entirely different. You're into banking, all right?
Yeah.
Because some people might say that maybe it's easy for you to work in a place, work in a center for people with disability because people see you have a disability. I
Yeah.
think maybe it's just a quota thing. Okay, yeah, we have someone that has a disability working with
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
But this is beyond that right now. We've gone into a new, in terms of discipline entirely. You're into banking first. Tell us about how you thought about that. Why did you want to go into banking?
Okay. I wouldn't say I always look at bankers as important people within the society. So maybe I went to banking because I like banking. I like the way they dress, the way they attend to people.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't say I was expecting to go into banking. I
Okay.
wasn't expecting it at all. Let me be sincere. I wasn't expecting it at all. I was just working that that day.
Mm-hmm.
I know the funny thing about it is I keep telling people that event I went to on that Tuesday, the 19th of June,
Okay.
I wasn't supposed to be there. I wasn't supposed to be there, honestly. I was supposed to be at home because my house had just gone burnt in Egbeda.
Oh,
So I was supposed to be mommy, I was supposed to be rejected.
sorry to hear that, actually.
Yeah. So but that day I just I told my mom that they invited me for a program, maybe like a job fair or something like that. So she was like, you must go. I said, Mommy, what are you talking about? She said, you must go. I said, well, what are you going to be doing? She said, Bisola, I can handle this one. Just go for the program. And I said, okay, no problem. I will go. Since they are asking me to go, I need to look for maybe some of my clothes were in my brother's house. So I went there to pick some of my clothes. I wore. Then off I went to the program on that Tuesday. My date with destiny, I'll never forget. And I went for the job fair. And daddy came to me and that the CEO, the founder of Benola, I used to call him daddy.
Right.
ABM Bradibo. I call him daddy because we are so close and I see him as a father figure. Because he has always been there for me. Every program he invites me and I go, So we always go to programs together. So that day he just called me and said, Bisola, do you mind if I use you as a pawn for this program? Just to show you off. Because people need to know that people like you are existing in this world and you have no jobs. I said, okay, no problem. So when he went to the stage, he was talking and he said, Bisola, so we have people like, we're talking about cerebral palsy. I said, even though his own child is not mobile,
Mm.
is immobile and everything. It doesn't talk and everything. But we have people who have gone to school, who have who have made them proud, but still no jobs.
Mm.
And it brought me out that day. Also,
Wow.
I didn't know that Miss Pastor Ita was looking at me. So after the speech, he just came to me and said, and he just said, he went to daddy and said, we asked me for a job for her. She can't have a master's and sit down at home.
Right.
He said, you just have to look for a job for her. And that was it. And he took me to the CEO, the then CEO of the Shogun Microfinance, Mrs. Toloke Opayinka. I said, okay, come and see me on Tuesday.
Mm.
I think it was the following Monday. On the following Monday, yeah, the following Monday, I went to let she go, and went to the HR, and they interviewed me, and they said, okay, what do you think I can do? And I told them that maybe I can do that I'm an economist and I want to work. And they said, okay, maybe I can be in their media team or something like that.
Okay.
I wasn't even thinking of where they're going to put me. When I went so they said, okay, you can come and resume on the 1st of July
Mm.
2019. And that was how I started
And
work.
that's been
So,
4 years. Wow.
it has,
No, I said that's been 4 years.
yeah, 4 years.
Yeah.
I've been in banking work for 4 years
Mm.
now. I'm counting. And, so, after that, so on Monday, they took me to my department and they were like, okay, this is your new. I went to the HR department and the lady was so fantastic with me,
Mm.
Miss Uche. They're like, okay, let's go to your office. I was like, so they gave me the letter
Right.
to go to my office, and I went to my office and they were like, oh, and she was like, she introduced me as a new vetter, loan betting officer. And they
Okay.
were like, oh, fantastic, we have been looking for. Obviously, there was only one girl there was only one lady among the team. So she was so happy. She was like, we are now two ladies in the team, So, and my boss was so fantastic. My supervisor was like,
Mm.
oh, welcome, 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 They were so welcoming.
Mm.
I felt at home. Everybody was welcoming me. And after a week, they were like, okay, this is what you're going to be doing. And the lady put me through.
Mm.
And about a month or 2 months after, I started vetting fight. I started doing my job. And my boss said, Busala, ha, you're really doing well. I like what you're doing. And he kept on calling me. And
Mm.
today, I'm more of a credit risk officer.
Okay.
But what I do before was I vet loans. I look at the loans, see why it can't go through, or see why it can go through.
Right.
And if it can go through, then I vet it, I put it on the system, then send it to my superior who approves it.
Right.
But now what I do is I check the credit report. I check whether the credit report is good or not for the loan. So if you have a bad loans with some companies, we won't give you the loan. So I have to. So at the end of the day, you can imagine somebody with disability in a place where I have to decide whether a loan goes through or not.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
So it it's so fantastic.
Mm.
Like my boss always say, Busola, when Busola read this loan, I know she'd have done a terrible job on it. So it doesn't take my loan back, honestly.
Right. There's a certain Folakemi here whom I think was saying that she used to work with you at Let's Tech Go. Do you know the
Yeah, she used to
person?
work with me and the people. She's down in the UK.
All right.
Hello.
Thank you, Folakemi, for joining us. Thank you. I had to mention your name. Okay. All right. Based on what you've told us, working at Estego has been fantastic. The people have been awesome, and
Yeah, even during the COVID, they wanted to move people to, because I used to work in Yaba,
Mm.
that's their head office.
Yeah.
But they wanted to move people to basic places closer to them, and they were like worried that where I get those people with solar. But I didn't. They were like got to my new place at Baiga. But I stay in my brother's place in Bagada now.
Okay.
So going to Baiga was okay for me then. So
Okay.
they moved me to Baiga, and in fact, it was even more welcoming. The manager
Mm.
liked me. No, she was the former manager because they changed her later. The former manager that received me was fantastic.
Mm.
She used to say, she had somebody who had a disability that that was sitting at home, that their parents are keeping her at home, that she wanted me to talk to them. And I said, okay, no problem. And I talked to their parents, and they felt encouraged. So she made me she made me like an example for them.
Mm.
So I've been an example for people living with disability.
Mm.
Absolutely, because no, they say people with disability can't do this, can't do that. But I've
Right.
been in banking work for 4 years.
Right.
4 years. That's not mere feat, my dear.
It's not. Yeah.
And not it's been God's grace all the way.
I really think it's good that you mentioned you talking to a family of talking to someone with special needs or disability as well. Because in my last podcast, I actually talked about people with disability being there. I mean, being active in mentoring other people with disability, and I think it's something that is quite important. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I did. It's quite important because it gives them hope. Especially the parents. Especially the parents, it gives them hope because some of them have lost hope. When they always say people with disability are like a burden to the society. But I tell you, if you give them the right environment, if you give them the right framework, they will enjoy whatever they put them.
Very true.
They will enjoy wherever you put them. So I'm a classic example of that because it's not been easy, going to the banking industry. So but I've been there for 4 years. So I keep telling people, if I can do it, then people with disability can do it too.
Okay.
Not just in the banking industry, engineering. Mention it anywhere. A person with disability can become a doctor. So
Very,
why not?
very true.
Why not? So, but the thing is, some of the people with disability don't have the winning mentality.
The winning mentality, you
The
mean?
winning mentality is a good attitude.
Okay.
Because attitude, when you calculate attitude, it's basically 100%. ACCICUDE. It's at 100%.
Yes.
And that is the winning mentality in life. So if you want to excel in life, be it a person with disability or not, you need a good attitude. You need the winning attitude. You need the good mentality to go through life. And that starts from your home. When they start encouraging you right from home, you have the guts to go out there and achieve anything you want to achieve in life. I always tell people that for me, my family is my backbone. If I say I want to go for anything in life, my mom will always support me.
Absolutely.
So she believes that I can do it. She knows I can do it because she has put me there over and over again, and I've been triumphant.
Yeah. And the mindset that she
So
has is also what you're using. I mean, growing up as an adult, trying to face life on your own. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Really
So right from my childhood, right from my secondary school days, I could go out alone. For me as a person, I think that's people used to be scared for me. Also, people that for me, I've had that confidence since childhood. Right from my secondary school days, When I go to my senior secondary school, my mom just called me one morning and said, Bisola, I'm going to start going to school on your own. I'm going to take you to school for the first time. I'm going to take you to school throughout this week. And by next week, I know you can do it. Don't worry, you'll be fine.
Wow.
And that was it. And the
Wow.
second week I started going, and that was it. So, you need to, I'm not saying that every child with disability can do that. But when you start building up from the childhood, they grow up to be confident. They grow up to have good self-esteem. And that's very important in life.
Thank you very much for sharing this, actually, Bisola. Thank you very much. I want to say that the next time you see your mom, would you kindly give her a hug for us, please? This is really a story about your mom. This is a story about your friends that you met in primary school and secondary school who were there. It's a story about your cousin who maybe was ignorant initially, but began to see your ability, right? This is a story of your friends in the university, story of your colleagues at work. It's a story of the people who've been there for you. You know, of course, if you're by the board, I mean, your former bosses, your manager at work, and your colleagues. This is a story of friendship and help, right? And this is awesome. Thank you so much for sharing this. Do you have like a word of advice for the parents of children with cerebral palsy? Maybe another, say something again to adults living with cerebral palsy. Something for parents and something for adults.
Okay. I think for the parents, I think for me, I tell people that children with cerebral palsy are not your everyday rich. But when God gives you one, it is not that bad. Don't see it at the end of the world. Pick up yourself. You can do it. You can make that child make a difference in the society. And people will start praising you that, this is the mother that did this. This is the mother that did that. So, if you do that for your child, then your child becomes somebody in life. You get the credit. You get some of the credit later in life. So you don't have to. You have to just keep them at home and say, what can she do? She can't do anything. If my parents are saying, what can I do? I won't be here talking to you.
Absolutely.
I won't be here encouraging you. I won't be in the banking industry. I'll be somewhere, maybe dreaming about the world. But thank God for the parents I had. Thank God for my mom. Thank God for my dad. Thank God for my family. In fact, thank God for the whole family, because it was through them that I'm able to survive. I tell people, once your family accepts you, you can do anything in life. As a child with disability, once your family accepts you and are ready to go all the way for you, man, the sky will be your starting point, honestly. The sky will be your starting point. So for children with disability, I would say, always have the good mentality, always have the good attitude. Don't just sit down there and just play the pity party all your life. If you play the pity party, then people play the pity party. People are ready to play the pity party with you. Exactly. So we need to go out there and show them that this is what you can do differently. You might not be able to do it the way they do it, but at least you can do it the way. I might not be able to. I tell people that I might not be able to do something the way you do it, but at least I get the job done.
Exactly.
Which is I think that it is the result that we want.
Exactly. That's what counts.
So if I do it in 10 minutes, I do it in 5 minutes, it doesn't matter. At least you got the same result.
Right.
So just like mathematics, you do it this way, you get the result, you get the answer. You do it that way, you get the answer. It is the answer that matters, and the process. So whatever process you go through, just see it as a stepping stone to your success in life. There's nothing, the society will push you, society will make you feel inferior, but don't lose hope. Just keep going. Keep going. There's light at the end of the tunnel. You will win at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Just keep going. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Bisola. Thank you once again for sharing with us the winning mentality, actually, what it takes to win regardless of one's challenges in life. Thank you for this inspiring story. I'm not sure if anyone has any question. I'm just going to wait for a little count of maybe 1 to 5. If anyone is able to type anything, then I would ask you. Otherwise, I think this has been wonderful. Thank you really for agreeing to talk with us, for sharing your story. Thank you again for trying to remind us how we need to have a winning mentality, because I think that is key. And then, of course, the message to parents and families of people with disability, that you really have to be the first one to accept your child or the person in your family who has a disability. Yeah. As long as you accept them, then it will be, much more easier for other people.
But the thing is, the society will always talk. Let them talk. Let them talk. But when they see the result, they will always come back and say, oh, wow. So this is what you have been trying to do.
Wow.
Because I think some people might have said, my mom, why isn't that to school? I'm sure. Why isn't that to school? She'll just, at the end of the day, she'll use the certificate and sit down at home. They would have said a lot of things.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, she still sent the money. Because going to Babcock University wasn't an easy thing. It was millions of naira going to Babcock University. And going to London Metropolitan wasn't an easy money. It was millions of naira too. Imagine spending millions of naira. Millions of naira on a child with disability. And at the end of the day, people will say, and at the end of the day, you yourself, you don't even give them the other people now. A lot of people with disability are always waiting for fishes to come to them. I said, they're just waiting for fishes to come to them. But if you sit down and wait for a fish, then you keep sitting down waiting for fish. You never get a bigger fish. But when you go to fish yourself, you get a bigger fish.
Yeah.
And you can eat it all alone. If a person catches a fish and say, okay, I'll give you some today, give you some tomorrow. By the time you get into, you can catch fish, but you're just not willing to do it.
Yeah.
We'll keep giving you until it's hard to give you.
Thank you.
Tired. So when it's tired, you say, okay, I'm done. But when you learn how to fish, then you'll be used to your society. You'll be used to yourself and the society at large.
Right.
I wish you what my mom did for me.
Yeah.
She taught me how to fish that can be useful to the society. Right. She didn't give me a fish. She taught me how to fish.
Just don't forget to give her a hug for us, please. She's been awesome, really. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you to your mom, and thank you as well, Bisola. Thank you for new territories, as it were, right? Continue to do everything to go on doing greater things. Yeah, we'll be here to say over again. Yeah, thank you for.
All right. Okay.
Letting people know that Cerebral is not the end of the world. We'll go through the trials. This is the story of Akishola Bisola Claudia. Thank you once again. All right. Bye, Bisola.
Okay, bye.
Bye.